In the heart of New York City, 2026, where skyscrapers pierce the clouds like arrogant fingers and the streets buzzed with electric hover cars and augmented reality ads flashing personalized dreams, a scruffy black kid no older than 12 shuffled into the gleaming lobby of Apex Elite Bank. His shoes were ancient relics, faded sneakers with soles worn thin from miles of pavement, laces frayed like forgotten promises. The bank manager, a slick-suited man named Victor Hargrove with a smirk that could curdle milk, glanced up from his holoscreen and burst into laughter. "Kid, this ain't a playground. We deal in fortunes here, not food stamps." The boy, undeterred, pulled out a crumpled ID card and whispered, "I need to check my balance." Hargrove's chuckles echoed off the marble walls as he scanned it, expecting a joke. But then his face froze, eyes widening in shock as the screen lit up with numbers that defied belief, a balance in the millions. What secret had this ragged child been hiding? And how had a life of poverty twisted into this impossible riches? Stick around, because this story will leave you questioning everything you know about fate, grit, and the hidden sparks that turn ashes into gold. But just as Hargrove's jaw dropped, the boy's hand trembled on the counter, and a shadowy figure in the corner of the lobby stirred, watching, waiting. Was this a setup? Or the beginning of something far more dangerous? Jamal Thompson was born in the underbelly of Brooklyn, where the air smelled of exhaust from outdated diesel buses that the rich had long abandoned for eco-friendly drones. His mother, Lena, worked 3 jobs. Cleaning offices by day, delivering groceries by evening, and sewing alterations late into the night on a machine that groaned like an old friend. His father? Gone before Jamal could form memories, lost to the streets in a haze of addiction that 2020's excess opioid crisis had only worsened with synthetic highs peddled via dark web apps. Jamal's world was a cramped 2-room apartment in a building where the elevator hadn't worked since the pandemic of 2020, and the walls whispered stories of families just like his, scraping by in a city that glorified billionaires while ignoring the invisible. From the age of 5, Jamal learned the art of survival. He'd wake before dawn, his small hands helping Lena pack her bags, his eyes heavy but determined. "Mama, why do we gotta live like this?" He'd ask, and she'd smile through her exhaustion, ruffling his curly hair. "Because, baby, life's a test. And we're acing it one day at a time." But the tests grew harder. In 2023, when Jamal was 9, Lena fell ill, a rare lung condition aggravated by years of inhaling cheap cleaning chemicals in poorly ventilated high-rises. Medical bills piled up like unpaid rent notices, and the insurance? A joke in a system where AI algorithms decided who was worth saving. Jamal watched his mother fade, her once vibrant laugh turning into coughs that shook the thin walls. School was Jamal's escape, but even there, challenges loomed. He attended PS 147, underfunded public school where smartboards glitched from outdated software and teachers juggled classes of 40 kids. Jamal was bright. Teachers called him a prodigy in math and science, his mind racing through problems like a quantum computer. But bullies targeted him for his hand-me-down clothes and the free lunch sticker on his backpack. "Look at Thrift Shop Thompson," they'd jeer, shoving him in the hallways lined with faded posters about "Dream Big." One day, after a particularly brutal taunt, Jamal hid in the library, tears stinging his eyes. There, he discovered an old tablet donated by a tech charity, loaded with free coding apps. It was glitchy, but it sparked something, a fire in his belly. "If I can code," he thought, "maybe I can code us out of this mess." Nights blurred into experiments. While Lena slept fitfully, Jamal taught himself Python and JavaScript from free online tutorials accessed via the building's spotty Wi-Fi. By age 10, he built his first app, a simple budgeting tool for low-income families, tracking expenses and suggesting savings hacks. He uploaded it to a free app store, not expecting much. But word spread in the community forums. Downloads trickled in. 10, then 100, then 1,000. Microdonations via crypto tips started flowing, pennies at first, but they added up. Jamal kept it secret from Lena, funneling the money into a digital wallet he set up under a pseudonym. "This is for you, Mama," he'd whisper, watching the balance grow. But fate tested him further. In early 2025, Lena's condition worsened. Doctors said she needed experimental gene therapy, available only at private clinics for a staggering $200,000. Jamal's app had earned $5,000. Not enough. Desperate, he entered coding competitions online, hacking away at challenges sponsored by tech giants. One night, during a 48-hour hackathon for sustainable AI solutions, Jamal created EcoTrack, an app that used AI to optimize household energy use in low-income areas, reducing bills by predicting usage patterns from smart meter data. He submitted it just as the deadline hit, collapsing into bed exhausted. The next morning, his inbox exploded. He'd won first place. $50,000 prize money, plus a mentorship from Silicon Valley execs. But as he rushed to tell Lena, he found her collapsed on the floor, gasping for air. The ambulance sirens wailed through the streets, and at the hospital, the doctor pulled him aside. "We need payment up front for the treatment, son." "I'm sorry." Jamal's world spun. With trembling hands, he accessed his digital wallet on the hospital's public terminal, balance, $55,237. It was enough to start, but the full therapy? Still out of reach. Would he lose her forever? Racing against time, Jamal dove deeper into the tech world. The mentorship connected him to venture capitalists via virtual reality meetings, where avatars in sleek digital suits listened to his pitch. "EcoTrack isn't just an app," he said, his voice steady despite his youth. "It's a lifeline for families like mine." Impressed, one investor, a black entrepreneur named Marcus Hale who'd risen from similar roots, seeded $100,000. But strings attached, Jamal had to incorporate, navigate legal mazes, and scale the app. Challenges mounted, cyber attacks from competitors trying to steal his code, bureaucratic hurdles in app approvals, and the emotional toll of watching Lena in a hospital bed, tubes snaking across her frail body. One cliffhanger came during a pivotal investor demo. Jamal presented EcoTrack in a holographic conference, data visualizations swirling around him. Just as the lead investor leaned in, ready to commit millions, the system glitched, a hacker's intrusion, flashing error codes and exposing Jamal's personal data. "Who are you really, kid?" the screen mocked in red letters. The room went silent. Had his dream just shattered? Jamal fought back, tracing the hack to a rival firm using AI bots. With help from his mentor, he patched the vulnerability and turned it into a feature, built-in cybersecurity for users. The investors, seeing his resilience, poured in $500,000. EcoTrack exploded, millions of downloads worldwide, partnerships with energy companies, and ad revenue streaming in. By mid-2025, Jamal's balance hit 7 figures, all while he balanced school, hospital visits, and coding marathons. But Lena's health teetered. During one visit, she squeezed his hand. "I'm proud of you, Jamal. But don't lose yourself in this." Her words haunted him as complications arose. A secondary infection threatening everything. In a moment of despair, Jamal wandered the city streets, his old shoes pounding the pavement. He stumbled upon a community center hosting a Youth Innovators event. There, he met other kids from tough backgrounds, a Latina girl coding health apps, an Asian boy building drone delivery for food deserts. They formed a pact, sharing resources. Inspired, Jamal integrated their ideas into EcoTrack, boosting its impact. Royalties surged, pushing his balance to $2 million. But as he transferred funds for Lena's full treatment, a bank alert flashed, account frozen, suspected fraud. The system, biased AI flagging a kid's massive transactions, locked him out. Heart pounding, Jamal headed to the nearest bank branch, a modest one, but they laughed him off. Try Apex Elite, a teller sneered. If you're for real. Which brought him to that fateful day in 2026. Back in the lobby, Hargrove's laughter died as the screen confirmed the balance, $3,247,892. The shadowy figure? Marcus Hale, his mentor, stepping forward with a grin. That's my protege. Hargrove stammered apologies, but Jamal stood tall. This isn't about proving you wrong. It's about proving what's possible. Lena recovered fully, thanks to the therapy, and together they founded a foundation for young coders from underserved communities. Another cliffhanger unfolded months later. At the foundation's launch event, broadcast live via AR streams, Jamal took the stage. Applause thundered, but midway through his speech, a protest erupted outside, activists accusing EcoTrack of data privacy breaches, planted by jealous rivals. Microphones captured the chaos. Fraud. Sellout. Jamal froze, the crowd murmuring. Would this unravel everything he'd built? With calm resolve, Jamal addressed it head-on, pulling up transparent data logs. We're open source now. Check for yourselves. The truth won out. The protesters, realizing the smear, joined the cause. EcoTrack evolved into a global movement, empowering millions. Years blurred, but Jamal's journey taught him, and the world, that rags to riches isn't luck, it's relentless heart. Challenges like poverty, illness, bullying, hacks, and biases forged him. Resolutions came from grit, community, and innovation. In 2020's success-divided world, his story screamed, anyone can rise, if given a spark. And there, in the quiet afterglow, Jamal looked back at those old shoes, now framed in his office. They reminded him, every step counts, no matter how worn. What an incredible tale of triumph, right? If this story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe for more inspiring rags to riches shocks. Your support keeps these stories coming. But wait, Jamal's biggest test was yet to come. In 2027, when global regulations threatened indie apps like his, he faced a congressional hearing. Accusations flew, child exploiting the system. Cameras rolled as he defended his empire. The verdict hung in the balance. No, that's not the end. Let's dive deeper into Jamal's early struggles. Back in 2022, before the app, Jamal scavenged recyclables for cash, dodging street gangs in alleys where holographic billboards promised wealth in your pocket via crypto scams. One rainy night, he found a discarded VR headset, cracked but functional. Plugging in, he entered virtual worlds where he learned blockchain basics, planting seeds for his future wallet. Lena's stories fueled him. Tales of her grandmother marching in civil rights protests, facing dogs and hoses for equality. We Thompsons don't break, she'd say. But breaking points came. When eviction loomed after Lena's first hospital stay, Jamal sold his prized comic books at a flea market, tears hidden behind a brave smile. The buyer? An old man who slipped him an extra $20. Kid, you got fire. Use it. School projects became outlets. In science fair, Jamal built a solar-powered charger from scrap, winning local acclaim but no prizes. Judges favored kids from private academies with fancy setups. Jealousy burned, but he iterated, adding app integration. Friends emerged, Tyrone, a fellow black kid dreaming of music, and Sophia, an immigrant girl excelling in art. They formed a dream squad, swapping skills. Jamal coded, Tyrone composed jingles for apps, Sophia designed logos. Emotional depths ran deep. Lena's bedside confessions, I wish I could give you more, baby. Jamal's reply, you gave me everything. Nights of doubt plagued him, imposter syndrome whispering, you're just a poor kid pretending. Therapy apps, free via community programs, helped, teaching mindfulness amid chaos. Scaling EcoTrack brought interpersonal trials. Hiring his first team, a diverse group of young talents, meant navigating egos. One developer, jealous of Jamal's spotlight, leaked beta code. Betrayal stung, but forgiveness healed. Jamal mentored him back, turning rival into ally. Global impact unfolded. In Africa, EcoTrack reduced village energy costs. In Europe, it aided refugees. Awards poured in, TED Talks in VR, Forbes under 30. But fame's shadow, paparazzi drones hounding him, tabloids twisting his story into lucky lottery kid. Lena's recovery arc was poignant. Post-therapy, she pursued her dream, opening a sewing studio for custom eco-clothes, using Jamal's app to manage. Mother-son bond strengthened, picnics in Central Park replacing hospital vigils. Community giveback, scholarships funded, coding camps in Brooklyn. One kid, mirroring Jamal's past, approached, "You saved my mom too." Tears flowed. Inspiring message resonates. In 2020's excess tech-driven divide, remember, poverty isn't destiny. Innovation, empathy, perseverance bridge gaps. Your old shoes, they carry you to new heights. Expanding further, let's explore Jamal's romantic subplot. At 13, post-success, he met Aisha at a youth summit, a brilliant coder from Harlem with eyes like stars. Shy flirtations amid hack sessions, but insecurities arose. Does she like me or my money? A date gone wrong, paparazzi interrupting, tested them. Resolution, honest talk, building trust beyond wealth. Business expansions, EcoTrack 2.0 integrated AI for climate predictions, partnering with NASA. Challenges, ethical dilemmas on data use, resolved via user consent protocols. Family revelations, discovering his father's side, relatives in Chicago, reconnecting via DNA apps. Forgiveness journeys, healing old wounds. Philanthropy peaks, building Thompson tech hubs in underserved areas, equipping kids with tools he once lacked. Global crises intersect. During a 2026 heatwave, EcoTrack's alerts saved lives, earning UN recognition. Personal growth. Jamal pursued college early, balancing CEO duties with studies in AI ethics. Legacy. By 2030, his net worth billions, but he remained grounded, wearing those old shoes to events as a reminder. This story's length mirrors an epic video, hours of inspiration. From hook to hangers, it's a roller coaster. If this epic moved your soul, please like and subscribe, just once, for more tales like Jamal's.